Hey everybody, welcome to the second week of Social Theory. If you are feeling overwhelmed keeping all the elements of this class in mind, that is understandable. Try not to panic. Keep working at your readings, discussions, and journal entries. The rhythm of the class will start to feel habitual soon. And if you are majorly panicking, reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. Okay, so today I'm going to give some general feedback on how to get the most out of your journal assignments. These journals are important. Not only do they constitute a large portion of your grade, but they also are the place where you really get to build some of the key skills for this class. So let's get on with it. First tip. In your responses, you should regularly be quoting the text directly and then interpreting that text in your own words. For those of you who have taken other sociology courses, this may feel like a different way of doing business. It is. The readings for this class are likely much more challenging than the other texts you've encountered. So why is it so important to quote these texts directly? And this might seem petty, but it shows me you've read the text. More importantly, though, it gets you in the practice of providing evidence for your arguments and grounding your arguments in the text itself. Both of these will help you build your reading and analysis skills. And that's really what we're trying to do here. Next tip, which is really sort of a part 2 to the last tip. When you're quoting, be on the lookout for seductive details. These are those little parts of the text which may seem interesting or easy to interpret, but don't help you discern the overall argument of the text. These can waste your time and throw you off track. Imagine spending all that time typing up and interpreting in a quotation, only to realize that you were just dwelling on a tangent the author decided to go on. You've missed the point of the text. We will all get burned on a seductive detail or 2 or 3 or more over the course of the semester. When you do decide to quote something from the text, ask yourself, how does this fit into the overall argument of the piece? Over time, you will get better at spotting these. Next, summarize the author's argument clearly before you go on to critique or agree with it. This will help you avoid what is called a straw man argument, which is arguing against a misrepresentation of your opponent's argument, because it's easier to refute than their real argument. We all do this all the time. I do this all the time. Often, I don't even realize I am doing it, which is why we have to be on the lookout for it in our own writing all the time. Silly example of a straw man. John, or we might think of him as Karl Marx, for instance, thinks some activity is a stupid idea. See how the ponytailed person in the middle distorts what he is saying? See the effect? Okay, you get it. Don't be the person with the ponytail. Moving on. Our next tip is to be bold and to be wrong. Please take a stab at interpreting, even when you are uncomfortable and unconfident. Just provide evidence from the text to support your claim. We all must do this and fall flat on our face every once in a while to learn. You might find yourself in a scenario where one important quote seems totally contradictory to another important quote. Then, please write through that confusion in your journal. Provide the evidence for and against your argument and explain why you are perplexed. Some people did that last week and had excellent entries. Finally, and I cannot emphasize this enough, remember your resources. I strongly recommend looking at these before you dive into the text. They will provide you with themes and questions to guide your reading. Reading theory in an unfocused, willy-nilly way is no fun, and most often it's very unproductive. Remember, these authors are writing for an audience in their own historical time and place. In other words, they're not writing for us. So we need help to prime or ready ourselves for these readings. So let's just summarize these. Directly cite and interpret the text in your own words. Be on the lookout for seductive details. Clearly summarize before critiquing or commending. And remember your resources. All right. Thanks so much for listening. Remember to contact me if you have any questions. Happy reading.